Yesterday, Arsenal defeated Spurs in the North London derby 4-1. I repeat, 4-1. It was a generational beating. Man, what a game. It was one of my favorites, honestly, that I've watched so far as an Arsenal fan in really the last couple years. It's got to be up there for some of the best ones that we've had at the Emirates, and I'm just so excited to break this one down. Before we do get into the game, I just want to say the fans were fantastic. I knew the fans would show up for the game at the Emirates, but just seeing that we really had the atmosphere down, they were doing some of the color coding with the red and white, and the fact that they finally got the tifo correct. After being embarrassed in the spring with the tifo, if you even want to call it that, versus PSG, it was really cool to see that they finally put effort into one, especially in this type of game. It's a primetime game. People are going to be watching. It's a Sunday. And it was just, again, super cool to see. I love how they mixed a combination of former players and current players, all of them as well, with the biggest moments that they've had against Spurs. It just was honestly cinema. And I'm very curious to see, what are they going to do with this whole tifo on Wednesday, because they're going to be hosting Bayern, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. But we'll figure that out when we get there. I just wanted to say, before we get into the actual, analysis of the game, the fans were fantastic. So if you were at the game, or if you were even outside the grounds yesterday, you did a fantastic job. And if you're going to another Arsenal game, please keep that same energy, because we're going to need that for the rest of the season. So if you've been watching me for a bit, you know that I usually like to start with the positives first, but we're going to start with the negatives, because there really was only one negative. It was one negative, and it was a very small blip, if you even want to call it that. It was the Richarlison goal. I got to give him credit. It was actually a really good goal. Raya was just a little too far from the box, and by the time that he was trying to recover, Richarlison had already taken the shot, and it was a really good shot, and it got there before he did. Annoying again that you concede a goal to them when you really didn't need to, and the stats will show that, but it is what it is. Again, they had their one goal. They had their one goal that they could, if you even want to say, celebrate, but that was really the only negative. So let's actually get into the positives, and that will be the rest of the video. First, I'm going to start with Trossard, just because he opened the game up with that first goal. And man, his positioning on that play, was fantastic. His ability to, again, just get there, really in that great spot where the defenders, I don't know if they were just falling asleep. I'm not sure what happened, but he got behind almost all of them. It was a great ball as well to him. For a second, I did think he was going to maybe mess up the actual finish. He almost did a little spin, but somehow he hits the ball and it goes right into the net. Somehow, I don't know how it did, but it got in. I don't care. And it just felt great to see Trossard score in this game, because he scored last year at the Emirates in the North London derby as well. So that was huge, and it just seems like he is really showing up in a lot of these big moments, especially this season. And I saw someone talk about this. I think it was I don't know if it was a specific person, like a podcaster or something like that, or just an actual, people writing articles. But someone was discussing, wow, it was really underlooked, and some people even questioned it, but people were a little against giving Trossard a pay raise going into this season, because that's what they did in the summer. And, we were even questioning it because there were talks about Trossard potentially leaving. He was really close to leaving, and I didn't really want him to leave, but I understood it at the same time. But they actually didn't end up doing that, and again, they gave him a pay raise. I don't know if that's just gotten him back in another flow, a new level, maybe new motivation. I don't know what it is, but he's just been great all year. He solidified that left wing position. He consistently is either creating, whether he's getting guys involved with assist, or he's scoring. And I'm just loving what I'm seeing from his game. And again, he just has the killer instinct. He always wants to get that goal if he can in that moment. And he's had these moments again. Even a couple years ago now, I can't believe it's been a couple years, but he had that second goal against Bayern in that first leg. Goals like that, those are huge. That goal against Liverpool in the 23 season. There was just a lot of big goals from him. So I've been loving what I'm seeing from him. And again, he had an assist as well, which we will get into in just a second. But he was just all over the place. A goal, assist. I thought it was a great day from Trossard yesterday. Now onto the main dish. I know a lot of you probably are like, when is he going to talk about Eze? We're talking about Eze now. I know it shouldn't be taking this long to get into it, because he was by far the main story of the video, but I wanted to talk about a couple other things. So let's now actually gush about Eze. This stuff was written in the stars. This was just poetry. I don't think it gets any better than this. I thought Eze was fantastic yesterday. Number one, he knew the moment, obviously. I mean, the moment was kind of about him in a way, but I didn't feel like it was really a huge storyline going into the game. Maybe just because we were coming back from international break and there wasn't as much of a build-up for it, but obviously there's all the stuff from the summer, so that just added to it. But even in general, I mean, his ability to finish yesterday, his ability to be in the right position, even his ability to create. Like, I loved his he didn't have an assist, but the ball he gave Declan Rice in the first 3 minutes of the game was beautiful. I mean, it pretty much could have been an assist if Rice finished there, which honestly, again, great strike by Rice and great positioning by him as well. But Eze, he was just doing everything yesterday. And again, the goals were just fantastic. The first goal, number one, again, the positioning. I don't know if Tottenham were just not marking this guy. I don't know what it was, but he was so open. He takes a couple steps, really gets his time actually to take the shot and gets it off. It gets deflected. It goes in. And for me, that was actually the one that I celebrated the most because I was like, oh my God, Eze actually scored in the North London Derby. Like, are we kidding? But he knew that one. The crowd pop on that one was insane. The second goal, another great finish. He scores literally right after halftime. It was literally just like this. Like, it was like a blip. He scores. And then that third goal was great. Again, a Trossard assist to Eze. Again, same position as all the other goals. He's just sitting there right a little bit ahead of the box. Again, fantastic positioning, and he actually has a defender slide down and just finishes, and it's a hat trick. I mean, this has not been done in this competition in 47 years. 47 years. You know how much talent has played in these competitions over those years? A lot of talent, a lot, and no one has scored 3. It's just generational stuff. I can't believe Arsenal have this guy. I can't believe he did this against Spurs in the Emirates as well. It just really felt like poetry, and I love seeing that the entire team was celebrating him. I mean, you saw Gabriel post up with his jersey on Instagram. It just was perfect. I mean, it was perfect. It was perfect. I'm just going to keep saying it. It was perfect. There's really no way that you're going to find me complaining about this performance from the team and specifically Eze. And again, it was just with all the drama from the summer. I mean, again, Arteta pretty much swooped in at the last second and stole him, which they did. And then for him to then baptize them by giving them 3 goals, this is just what he does. And he's now getting more involved with the team. And this is something for Arsenal fans or other football fans in general, but very curious specifically for Arsenal fans because, again, we know this a little bit better than anyone else. Is he taking Odegaard's spot? I was talking to a friend about this yesterday because we were watching the game together, and he brought it up. Odegaard's spot, bro, I don't know if it's your spot anymore. And it's not anything against Odegaard, but he can't finish like Eze. Eze can finish way better than Odegaard. At least over the last 2 years, he has been able to. And I just love what I see from Eze in this role. And going into the season, I wanted to see Eze at the left. But the way he's been playing so far at the 10, it is just so good. It's so good. His ability to distribute balls and be in the right position to then take those long shots and actually hit them. I don't know. It just creates such a different dimension for Arsenal because when Arsenal are healthy, you have Trossard who can score, Gyökeres who can score up top. You have Saka, obviously, a threat in himself. And then you have Eze there. That's 4 guys that you can rely on to potentially score. I can't say the same thing about when Odegaard's there. So very curious to see what people are thinking because this is something we're going to have to address because Odegaard, he almost played yesterday and he didn't. This is something I'm sure Arteta is going to be thinking about because he's got some, and it's a great problem to have. He's got some great competition within that position. And I think right now, at least, Eze deserves to be having that one. Other attacking players I just wanted to shout out. Saka, I thought he did a great job yesterday, especially early. I mean, he was just really, really, really all over the place on that right side, especially in the first half. Like I said, he had a couple great shots, a couple great crosses. He was just getting guys involved and overall was just pushing the ball forward. I just really liked what I saw from Saka. Again, he wasn't necessarily involved in any assist or even scoring, but he could have had potentially 1 or 2 goals, and he was just all over the place, but was in the right place. Just really liked what I saw from Saka. And also shout out to Timber for a great cross. He was the one that had the cross that got involved. I think it was for the first Eze goal. Marino as well, who was playing striker. Again, not his normal position, but he was playing it for Gyökeres, who was out. He also was still involved with an assist. So I just loved what I saw from those two as well. And yeah, the attacking style of football yesterday was great to see. Not even a single set piece yesterday. This was all open play. So very, very good stuff from Arsenal yesterday. So let's now get into the defense. Shout out to the entire defense for Arsenal. Tottenham had .06 XG yesterday. .06 XG. Really sit on that, think about it, process it. 0.06 XG? Are you kidding me? And again, they scored off that stupid Richarlison goal, which again is all credit to Spurs because they capitalized on a mistake that we made. But this is just insane stuff. This is also all without Gabriel. Hincapi with his first start. You didn't even notice. I mean, there's not much I can really say about this defense that we don't say every other week. They just get it done. It doesn't matter what the conditions are. It doesn't matter who there's playing or who they are playing. It doesn't matter who's out. They just show up. They put in the work, they clock in, and they clock out. This is just what they do. This is why I say they're the best unit in the world, in my opinion, because I would take them against anyone. And again, Timber has just created such a problem back there. He has that position solidified. Calafiori, he's doing a fantastic job. And then you even got to see a little bit of Skelly at the end, but it didn't even matter because it was so late. I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Declan Rice, he was doing his thing. Everyone was doing their thing. So even Eze did a smidge of defending as well yesterday. Like everyone was locked in. And that's just the energy I love from this team. And I love that from what we've been seeing from Arsenal this whole year, especially the last month and a half, is it's really the attack of 2022 and a little bit of 2023 combining with the defense of the 23 season and the 24 season. It's all coming together now for this 25-26 season, all coming together, and it's all meshing so well. This team is just so balanced, and I just love how they're playing. Like, I really do. And again, when you allow 0.06 XG, there's really not much for me to say, and that's a great thing. So I just love what I'm seeing from this Arsenal defense and overall the entire team for Arsenal. And what a weekend for Arsenal. City, they lost to Newcastle. Liverpool, they got battered by Forest at Anfield. Chelsea did win, but hey, it is what it is. But Arsenal right now sits 6 points clear of Chelsea. Chelsea are in second, so we're going to be seeing them next Sunday. That is going to be huge, a huge game at the Bridge. I think a really good test for Chelsea as well to see kind of where they're at. I think Arsenal do win the game, but again, we'll see. It's another derby. We just have to see. And then we have Bayern on Wednesday, which is kind of crazy because the Bayern game doesn't actually mean as much now because both the teams have been doing so good in the UCL. But I still think I want a little bit of revenge for what happened in 2024. Well, it was the 2023 season, but what happened in the UCL campaign in 2024, I would like some revenge. So I'm curious to see how Arsenal stack up against that team, especially because that is arguably the best attack in the world right now. And then you're putting that against by far the best defense in the world. Now, again, no Gabriel, but still. It's a huge week for Arsenal, and you're already, you've won one game out of the three. Let's see if you can go 3-0. Maybe you go 2-1, preferably. I guess if they were to drop points, drop them against Bayern, because I do prioritize at this time a win over Chelsea just for the points. But very curious to see how this week goes. Just super, super impressed with the team. Again, they're capitalizing, especially again when City and Liverpool lose. This is just what you do. This is what champions do. So overall, super, super proud of this team. And again, it was just a 10 out of 10 performance from the entire team. And that's all I have in this video. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. We're going to be continuing to break down Arsenal, the Prem, and really just the rest of the Champions League in general. So please stay tuned if you're interested in that. Drop your comments on the game down below, especially about the Odegaard take. Very curious to see what people are thinking about that. And yeah, that's all I got in this one. My short-term content will also be in the description down below. And yeah, that's all I got. And if you made it this far into the video, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.